Hey, Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Auto. This isn't Super Auto Pets, this is Civilization 6. I was thinking about doing a Super Auto Pets video before I loaded up Civ, so that's kind of where that came from. The last episode, a few things went wrong for us, but we are holding just fine as it stands. We managed to get our settler captured, but we can quite easily recapture that, and I think the movement doesn't apply to settlers from the Commandant General, which is unfortunate, but not that big of a deal. The thing here is, can I keep this settler from getting to where I don't want him to be while also clearing out these barbs? And that's actually a tall order. No, he rolled low on his combat roll. No, he's on literally 0. Come on. There should be a piece of code in the game that says if unit on 1 HP unit dies, okay? Can we get that programmed in? Can we get that changed? I'm not okay with what just happened. So in Caracas, after I finish this settler, I will go ahead and get the Ancient Wall because I want the boost for engineering. I'm sitting on an envoy and I could spend it. I could grab Suzerainty of Muscat, which would be quite good for me to get because it'll give me a little bit more exploration information. It'll give me a little bit of more era score and it'll incentivize me to actually build my commercial hubs. Now that will upset Germany because Germany doesn't like people messing with city-states, but you know, Germany isn't the boss of me. Now, my one worry here is this scout can't defend. So I'm hoping this guy attacks my city, actually, and not attacks the spices. Okay, he attacked the spices. That's okay. Major victory here, kill. And major victory here, kill. All right, mission accomplished. Now, he can walk through to get to here. How fast can my settler get down to this location? It can get there pretty quick. I think I need to get to here first. Yeah, I think I need to go down south with the settler ASAP. If I can get these 2 cities or even these 2 settled pretty quick, I can keep this settler. But like, I'm just keeping the settler distracted. And honestly, even if I don't manage to pull off my mission of getting it to not settle where I don't want it to, just keeping it busy is honestly enough. Because every turn I slow down, England settle is an advantage for me. So I could jump in here and harvest the deer. I don't have an alternative tile to work though. Ooh, the iron appearing here kind of screws me slightly. It's not the end of the world. It just makes my build slightly worse. I could go ahead and buy the silver to get another luxury to sell, and I will. Oh, I accidentally unlocked animal husbandry. I did not mean to do that. How did I do that? I clicked on horseback riding by accident. Okay, hold on. This is my one re-roll, my one reload. I had been meaning not to research that, and I knew there was horses under that tile. I clicked absent-mindedly and screwed myself. And thankfully, I'm playing single player, where I get to undo my mistakes. I really do wish that you could put districts on strategics, or just like shift them or move them or something. But you know, I ate dinner between this and the last episode. I went for a little walk. I was chilling out. I've recovered from COVID, so I'm healing up. And I just forgot that I wasn't meant to research animal husbandry. God damn it, it loaded the same turn. Oh my God, I forgot to click away. Okay, that's an important trick that I just showed you there. Sometimes, if you are researching a technology that you don't want to finish, if you open the tech tree and spam click on a different technology, you can actually switch to the different technology before the research goes through. So I managed to stop animal husbandry being researched. In fact, I didn't save scum because I made a mistake. I did it so I could educate people, okay? That's just the kind of guy I am. I'm willing to go above and beyond to educate, okay? So my current best guess is England actually wants to settle on the tile that my scout is on right now. Or this Gandhi warrior is helping me block. So if I park here, this settler and warrior combo will eventually just wander away. That's my current working theory, which does buy me more time to get my settler over here and get a city or 2 down. And honestly, a settlement here doesn't really mess with me too much. It's just annoying. Okay, 2 man-at-arms is a little bit much. I need this to turn into a city-state. I need another 183 gold. Let me see if I can make that happen. There's 101. Any iron buyers? Okay, I can sell all of this to Russia. Come in here, buy myself a man-at-arms, swap the man-at-arms here, kill this, put the warrior back in the city, and now we've dealt with this problem. So that was an expensive problem that I had to deal with, but it worked out just fine for me. I don't want to camp here. Looks like iron also appeared here. Yeah, I wish I had chopped food in Caracas. Aha, yes, England has wandered off. I have managed to block the location they wanted to go to, so they changed the unit's priority. That's an important tip for people to know, actually, is if you can block an enemy settler for long enough from settling where they want to go, they will consider that tile like unavailable for settling right now, and they will go elsewhere. I'm going to go ahead and put my next governor title into Pingala for sure, because I want that science. It's a good amount of science to pick up. Now, we're getting pretty late into the game, and we're still only on really 4 cities, but we do have 2 settlers in the bank heading off to the world, and we've got 2 more settlers coming out of Bogota, so it shall not be too long before we're met with what we need here. I need 1 gold. Can I get 1 gold from an AI here? 1 gold per turn for 14 gold. Thank you. Just so I can go ahead, buy this silver tile and actually have amenities. I think I need to stop selling off all of my amenities now. It's going to be important for me to actually hold on to a few. Let's go ahead and fortify there, fortify there. This is problematic still, this whole nonsense going on here. These guys will convert in 10-ish turns, so hopefully we can deal with the nonsense they're throwing at us. See, they're coming back, they're trying to do it, they're trying to make it work, they're trying to get to that location, but we're blocking. I can't research animal husbandry, so I have to kind of avoid it. I'll get ironworking, I guess. It would have been good to get a coastal city to get 2 galleys. That is worth a lot of era score, and now I'm reconsidering a city over here purely just for a pair of galleys, which means I have to build another settler. This is meant to be a tall game, not a wide game. And I'm still set. I've settled way. I already have too many cities planned for a tall game. But I mean, like, when you have land like this, how do you justify not more men at arms? I need these guys to feck off. I'll pay you $5 to. I need them to go away, and I need them to go away pronto. I am fortified here at least, which gives me. I can attack this archer to lower his health. That helps. If you get attacked 2 more times, a melee attack will give you 3 XP, a ranged attack will give you 2. So you should level, and then you'll be much more likely to deal with what's being thrown at you. Any tiles I could improve? No. If I unlock lumber mills, maybe, or I could put a lumber mill down. What could I improve? There's not really much that I would justify improving here. A farm for Caracas would actually be a significant boost to get that city to grow faster, which I need it to do. So we're still blocking, and our settler is now getting close to where they need to be to make this work. I've got 3 units working together to get this block off. Can I bring more units down to help in the block? If he heads this way, it's bad. I can maybe surround him. We'll see. Maybe I just settle here to establish control. I mean, surely the AI wouldn't settle here off of freshwater, right? They're not that dumb, right? They're not going to... Oh, God, they're going to do it, aren't they? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. They are. That's what they're going to do. They're going to completely screw me. So if I'm looking at this city, it could use a builder. I could completely crack this slinger, and I will. I don't want to take free damage, and it'll get me 4 XP as well. Guayaquil is kind of like Dayquil, but it's, you know, Colombian. Do I want commercial hub right now? Or do I need to get something else? This city could make use of a builder. There is a sheep and a wheat resource to improve. We're not far off of feudalism, so maybe we just hold off on builders until feudalism. Get to work on the commercial hub and have an explosive medieval era. I think that's what we do. We go for the explosive medieval era. How badly do I want the galley boosts? I could guarantee a golden age if I went for galleys here. I could guarantee it because I would get... Well, I wouldn't quite guarantee it, but it would be close to a guaranteed golden age. It would be a really good chance of one. Let's go for the 1 extra settler. Let's go for it. We're going to go for the 1 extra settler for this city over here. We'll delay the commercial hubs again, and we will end up going for the 1 coastal city that exists just to give us a little bit of era score throughout the game. So where do you go? Ooh, as predicted, not good. Not good. I am tanking well over here, and I do have battle cry on this guy now, and you can go ahead and retreat. Thankfully, these units can't attack settlers, so we're good. I need to prevent the standing on one of these 2 tiles, and then hopefully see where they go. So we shall see. I don't know. It's looking a little bit sketchy. I need to kill this archer. Archer's dead. We can get a chunk of damage on this guy, and then heal up. We got our monument in Cumana or Kumana? Kumana? We don't need growth. We don't have very good tiles to work unless we can get these spices online. I think we just go, this is where we can go for the commercial hub. That's totally fine. I'll put a farm down here for Caracas. I'll make sure to work that tile. I want to be working at least 2 food tiles in here. 10 turns until it grows. That'll work for me. Kind of. God, everything has just come down to trying to run interception on this guy. Hear me out. I think I can make it to it. I think I can make it here before they do. I can get there next turn. They can't get to where they want to go and settle next turn. I can. So I need you to stand here. You to stand here and you to stand here. They can't settle this turn. I can settle next turn. Oh, wait. Did I screw myself here? I may have. It's okay. Yeah, this builder was a mistake. It shouldn't have been there. That's okay. We can get onto this tile next turn. Then we're going to secure this location. Man, this has been like an incredible positioning battle. Now you might say, why didn't you just declare war? Because I don't want to declare war. It's more fun to try and manipulate the AI using these units to carefully like position them in a way that makes it untenable for them to survive. So we can maybe get a kill on this guy. Perfect. Okay, we're getting value there. Okay, I've been kicked out of orders. You go ahead and fortify right there. You heal up. This man-at-arms is leaving. There's iron working. Okay, where did they go? All right, they can't get to where they wanted. My settlers are in position. We have managed to, as far as I can tell, corral and Kerrang this guy. Unless he settles right there, in which case he kills 2 of my cities, and I will immediately declare war and like rage quit the game, because this is just too much. If he actually does settle in place right now, well done, AI. Well done. You've trolled me to a magnificent degree if they actually settle in place right now. That I've spent so long trying to prevent this settlement, to misclick my settler there, and settle it a turn late to be blocked, and not only blocked, but get 2 of my cities blocked. It would be magnificent. Okay, they did leave. Okay, perfect. I'm worried about settling this city without a defensive unit nearby, so it's going to have to park here for a minute. Well, I guess what I could do is I could settle it and then immediately purchase the galley that I want, which will get me 2 era score. Plus, if I buy another galley, that'll be another 1 era score. So I only need 4 era score to get through this golden age. I can settle this city. Perfect. And it should hold for enough turns for me to get a governor in there. Get the monument, because the monument gives you a little bit of loyalty. We settled this city too. And now we're starting to look a little bit less crazy. Oh, I should have settled this 1 tile down. I forgot that I didn't move this. I moved the city location based on what I thought England was going to do, but they never actually went there. God, when will we get an undo button in Civ? Because it's just like small little moments like that will just change the course of your games. So unfortunate, so unfortunate. But always go monument first. Like, I don't know why you would never go monument first. There's no reason to not get a monument. Thankfully, I have a handy builder over here. My people settle too close. We'll look elsewhere in future. I don't think I have any plans to settle close to Kublai Khan anymore. And there's the Sheffield settle. So this is kind of what I was hoping to force them into. It's not ideal for me, but it's also not amazing for them either, because their capital is like miles away. I'll be able to very easily pressure them off of this. The second galley is going to be a struggle. I will admit that. This is an easier attack because it has less support bonuses, but that's okay. I'm going to work on engineering now because I'm getting to work on the ancient walls in Caracas. So then I'll also be able to get to work on the aqueduct in the city, which is also a boost for a technology just over here. So you want to get those tech boosts if you can. It is worth it. I definitely do think it is. So yeah, the tall style is generally to make as many settlers as early as possible and then no more and never build any more. So like after these 2 settlers, there will be no more settlers in my empire as far as I'm concerned. These are the last 2. I got all my settling done before turn 90, which is quite late for a tall game, considering I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cities. This is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cities. This could have been like a 15 city empire though. That's the thing. That's the difference. Is how to play tall. Is this could have been a 15 city empire. I could settle all the way up until turn 120. I think that really is the difference maker. Wow, man-at-arms. She settled on a different continent, so she got a free melee unit. That's scary, actually. Oh, now the city is flipping in 5 turns, and I don't have a governor. I'm going to have to drop Pingala. Why did the loyalty in here go so negative so fast? That makes no sense. It was literally at like -2, and now it's at -15. the happiness level. A lot of my luxuries are still on trade. Maybe getting oranges online will buy me time, but I have to put Bengala in this city now. This is so annoying. I thought I had this on lockdown, but apparently I don't. I need to get the tea online as well. I need the amenities, need to get the city happy. Need to buy just that little bit of time. They're going for walls in here, that's fine. Are you building a campus? Interesting, they are building a campus. It's only a +2. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad though. Now I do need to get some of these scouts home because they're actually going to be very useful in the mid game as amenities once I have the retainers card unlocked. So I want to get these guys home if I can. So I'll get open borders with these guys and start marching them home. I don't have any more errant scouts around the map, I don't think, so that's fine. 14 out of 34, or 14 to 34 turns left, and we did just get ancient walls, which did boost engineering. Let's put some production into the commercial hub. We'll place the campus or the theatre square in a couple of turns, then we can finally research animal husbandry. God, I'm surprised. Why did this go so negative? Is England in a golden age or something and it's just exerting massive pressure? Yeah, I guess they are. Ow. That's rough. Well, we'll get some loyalty from the monument and hopefully from these amenities as well. There we go. So now we're only down to -4. The monument will give +1, so that we'll be losing 3 loyalty per turn. If we can get the city to grow, which I think is a goal here, to focus on growth, then we'll be in even better shape. 12 turns on Grand Columbia flipping, so I need even more amenities. Some of my amenity deals will be coming up. Let's see, is there anything I could get? Any amenities? Maybe I could trade for some? There are some truffles there, that helps. For sure. Don't need more spices. I have silver. This amber would help. The silk would help, I think. I don't have silk. I do have silk, never mind. Okay, we got our monument in Quito. Let's go ahead and see it. Can we sell something? Just a little bit of anything for a little bit of gold. Then we can come in here and purchase the granary. That'll give me a little bit of extra food. And you might think, well, what does a little bit of extra food do? Every little chunk of food surplus we get means the city grows faster. That means the city will start to exert more pressure upon itself. It'll be able to survive better. Sheffield growing will be scary. I will admit that readily. God, there's really not much I can do in this city. It's got to be done on the government here. So we'll get to work. The government, I'll be able to put some extra loyalty in with my government. And then I'll be able to move Bengala back to where he belongs. Sure thing. Catastrophic eruption, fair enough, and defensive tactics. So with defensive tactics, I'm going to take out discipline. I'm going to go ahead and plug in Limitanii, and I will go ahead and plug in Praetorium. I'm going to keep colonization and urban planning for now. And then we'll switch our plans here once we get to feudalism. And I think also in preparation of feudalism, in the city of Caracas, we're going to go ahead and drop our theatre square in the location we wanted to. So configuration achieved. We can finally research animal husbandry, which I correctly predicted would screw me this game, and then get engineering. Now, what I also want to do is actually research a cheap tech before feudalism. And I think what we research here is we can switch to mysticism. Okay, that's fine. We're going to reassign Bengala to the capital because that's where it needs to go. And then we'll grab who's the best loyalty stick here in this situation. Probably Victor because he can do AoE loyalty, but just not in this city. We can make use of him later if we potentially want more than loyalty. 96 turns in here. That's really, really good. We managed to get our effect size up now to the point where this city is relatively secure for now. And we have a golden age all but secured. I think the only thing we need to do to get this golden age fully secured is build another galley. And Buenos Aires converted. That's good. I was the first to meet them. So I just need a little bit of gold. I buy another galley. That gets me the shipbuilding boost, which gets me 1 era score because I'm in the free inquiry dedication, and boom, golden age secured. So we've managed to sort of manipulate things so that we'll have a really, really good medieval era. So we're going to have an explosive medieval era in terms of science. It's going to be great. Valletta has also converted. More city-states are appearing on the map. I'm very happy about that. Now, the appearance of a few horse tiles will change my empire. There is a horse tile here. Let's see if we can't see any more horse tiles. So strategic resources are kind of like luxury resources. You don't really have a choice but to improve them with what they are. I mean, you could leave them unimproved, like if you really want to. I mean, these horses, man, that is like such a good campus spot ruined by a horse. I think galleys are 280, right? No, they're 260, sorry. Yeah, I can buy another galley. There we go. Shipbuilding boosted, golden age secured. We're 8 turns away from the next era. We're good. We're good. Now, Quito has gotten worse, but we do have a deal running out soon. Any more luxuries for sale? No. How do I get more loyalty in this city? I'm doing as much as I can. This camp right here cannot remain. Like, super cannot remain. Like, has to be killed immediately. All right, let's go to the next turn. We did find Japan. I'm not sure how I found Japan. I might have bumped into one of their units. There's engineering. We have access to aqueducts. Let's make sure that we place the aqueduct in this city. Second last settler finished. Make your way here. Get escorted. Although, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is fine. It's a city-state inside my borders. It fills space that I don't care about. Maybe I leave it here and I use my strong gold to farm extra units off it. Maybe that works better. Regardless, I do need to put it under a contain. So it needs to be contained. Let's get archery, let's get horseback riding, let's get construction. I want lumber mills, I want all that sort of stuff. Well, mostly I actually really want apprenticeship now, because that +1 production from mines as well as access to the industrial zone. The capital has completely finished building settlers. We could finally get to work on doing the work. So granary and a watermill. Let's get the city growing. I think the watermill is actually more food because we have a rice paddy here. So watermill first, and then I don't think I'm going to get much exploration done here. No, there's not really much to explore up here to the north. I'm feeling really good though. I'm feeling really, really good about this era and how we're looking going into the next one. I feel like I've managed to kind of finagle my way into a pretty reasonably good position. Why isn't this man-at-arms getting +1 movement? Oh, I didn't build this man-at-arms, so I don't think it has the inherent +1 movement that all of my units get. Interesting. So purchased barbarian units don't count as me building them, which doesn't trigger my civilization bonuses. I don't want to go through there, unfortunately. I have to go around. I'm waiting for this settler to finish. Our first commercial hub is now online. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a market, but we do want to place our other districts, although maybe not yet in here. I need builders. We're waiting for feudalism. Let's start pre-building a builder. Well, I shouldn't pre-build until I'm ready to, because there's a specific moment. Once the settler finishes, that's when I'll start pre-building. So I need to prevent this skirmisher from actually spotting my cities. Right. Final settler completed. We immediately come off here. We switch to researching mysticism. This will allow me to trigger a government reset. This settler can head off to the north where it belongs. You're heading off as well. Go ahead and kill that little guy. Oh, a little bit of era score. Very nice. Oh yeah, because you killed a unit in range of the Great General. Cool. Or the Commandant General. Settler secured. That's good news. We'll begin pre-building soon TM. Keep putting turns into markets. Next turn we'll pre-build builders. So I definitely wanted to get a harbour in this city, but that's going to entail getting a builder. So I may as well just start pre-building the builder. I need to like buy out to this tile. There's a lot I need to do in this city. I think I can just buy out to that tile and place the +3 campus, which is like super reasonable thing to do, I think, this early, while you get to work on that builder. So we have access to mysticism, which now allows me to change my government. I'm no longer building settlers for the rest of the game, so I can plug in 30% production towards builders. Limitani, I can stay. Quito finally has positive loyalty. It's grown. Great. Let's go ahead and declare a friendship with Kublai to prevent him from going to war with me. And I'll do the same with Germany to prevent him from going to war with me. These guys are still bitter enemies, and now I'm friends with both of them. So that means 2 of these players can't declare war on me via normal means. I think they still can get to war with me via the like emergency stuff. But I'm relatively protected now. Now we want to... We still want to work on feudalism, but not quite the way that you might think. I want to go to every single city and we're going to do a builder pre-build. Using the 30% production card, we're going to start our builders, okay, in every city where it makes sense. And then when every single one of these cities is 1 turn away from finishing a builder, we'll cancel the builders, then research serfdom, and then finish all the builders at once and just get a big wave of builders. This is a maneuver people have been doing since basically the launch of the game. I usually don't care about it because it's not that important to do, but it is a good one. I definitely want to be suzerain of Muscat at a very high like priority here, just for that extra amenity, because I'm going commercial hub first in my empire. I'm gonna have to watch my cities like a hawk to make sure the builders don't finish, and I have an awful habit of automatically tapping my hotkey that ends my turn. when I'm finished all my actions. So that is a little bit of a, that's why I usually don't go for this strategy, because I'm a key tapper. I tap my way through my turns. But yeah, we're setting up for like an incredibly explosive, and I mean explosive, medieval era here. With what we're setting up for here, with feudalism coming in. Yeah, everyone is a little bit upset at my golden age, but that means loyalty should be completely secured in Quito. We come in here. We have a little bit of a difficult choice. I don't think there's any point in going for Exodus of the Evangelists. All the religions have been taken already, and we didn't go for one this game. We don't need one. Monumentality doesn't make sense for us because we're not making enough faith. We are making enough gold to where we could justify this, but our gold can be used for other things. We could go for free inquiry, which would make up for the fact that we are low on science right now. Like, we're quite far behind in science, and we are going for commercial hubs soon. So free inquiry would net us a significant boost to our science income. We could also go for pen, brush, and voice for the extra +1 culture for every specialty district. That's also valid if I was leaning more in a culture direction. If I really felt like it was super important that I get the Hacienda early, I think I would maybe go that way. And to be honest, if I get the Hacienda really early, my build is like incredibly explosive. Replaceable parts and rapid deployment. Rapid deployment is super late game. I think it's all the way over here. Replaceable parts is pretty late game, so they won't get much better. It all depends on how many Haciendas I decide to go for. And I think it makes sense to, where I can, build them in triangles and build them in diamonds. So this is like a Hacienda diamond. Hacienda diamond kind of sounds like some kind of famous diamond, I'll be honest with you. So this sort of configuration makes sense. Also, if I can put two next to a luxury or a cotton thing, whatever, that makes sense. I could put two here, but would that be worth it? No, not really. Can't really put many over here, so it's not really worth it. I could put a few in here. We'll see. How much do I care about the science instead? Well, science is where I'm furthest behind. I'm kind of on par culturally, but I'm behind on science. And I think that's going to be the deciding factor. If I did think Haciendas were, well, I guess Haciendas are kind of important for the tall gameplay, right? Yeah, you could be right there. I'm going to go for free inquiry. God, it's so tempting to go for this though. Free inquiry is just a lot of yields. And I think it rounds out my build a little bit better. I do wish free inquiry was a little bit better. It feels a bit weak to me. Or not free inquiry, meritocracy or whatever it's called. The one that gives you culture. That one feels a little bit weak. We have got a new Commandant General. He gives +4 combat strength to melee and anti-cavalry class units within 2 tiles. That seems quite powerful. Definitely want to keep these guys around. Wait, don't finish feudalism. Switch. I want to vote for myself twice here. I don't care what religion is voted for. But I need to spam click on naval tradition. Spam click naval tradition. Okay, the World Congress screwed me there. I forgot to switch away from feudalism. I'm just like, these are like misclick. I'm essentially calling this a misclick mistake. So I'm not going to accept it. I'll go ahead. I'll fix it. I think there's 2 kinds of mistakes that I'm willing to accept. I sort of reload for. And it's usually something where it's a misclick, or if it's something that I forgot, that I talked about and forgot to do, and it'll have a big impact. And not switching away from feudalism will have a big impact. I feel like the amount of turns to feudalism jumped there. Am I crazy? Because it was like 4 turns away and then it went to 1 turn away. So yeah, I got caught out there, unfortunately. So I want to switch away from feudalism, and I'll go ahead and get to work on civil service because I do want retainers. That's good for the amenity. I will go ahead and take free inquiry. So I just got caught out there, which is a little bit unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world, right? Like, sometimes you get caught out, you can, and here's the thing, you're playing single player. You're playing against yourself when you're playing single player. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you reset the occasional time. It doesn't matter if you go back and you fix a mistake. I will go ahead and target myself twice with the culture bombs. That'll be quite nice. And then I'll just vote for Buddhism because I don't care which one wins. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, we won the culture bombs and Buddhism won. That's perfect. I like, for the religion one, I usually just take whatever the top of the list is. You know, well, you can kind of predict what people might vote for, but, you know, typically they'll all vote once for one or the other one. So, like, if you just throw a vote in somewhere, your one will likely win. If you want to secure it, like, most of the time, 2 votes will do it. So we have Panama. We got monuments in Panama. We need to plan districts in here. And honestly speaking, probably the best thing I can do is something like this. +2 campus, +2 commercial hub. So we'll place the commercial hub We want to get to work on it immediately. We want to start building a builder. Let's make sure we go around and cancel any builders that are 1 turn from finishing. So we don't want to finish these builders. We just want to get them ready because we're going to do a wave. And this is like, there are some inefficiencies in doing this, but there's also a lot of efficiencies to doing it. I kind of wish I could get onto this tile and prevent this. Maybe if I was suzerain, I could levy them or something. But I really wish this guy wouldn't die. I guess all the city-states have been made now. And now that all the city-states have like converted, is probably a good time for me to go exploring. I could trade with Buenos Aires for another envoy. That would give me a little bit more production in the capital. It's not a bad one to pick up. Bonus resources behave like luxury resources. In fact, Johannesburg plus Buenos Aires is quite a good industrial city-state combo. It makes all my bonus resources much more effective. And I will go ahead and trade for that envoy. I'm waiting for the watermelon, the granary in here. I want the granary to keep growing because the city's about to hit its growth limit. And the more growth that the city has, the more tiles it can work. The more tiles it can work, the more production it has, the more things it can build. It's a simple process. Okay, city-state emergency has passed. Interesting. I wasn't party to that emergency. Oh, what is this? A settler coming up to the north. That's an odd one. Let's go ahead and park the settler right there. And then we'll get this one right there. And then I think we're happy. We're done settling this game. Monument goes. Make sure we cancel any builders that are 1 turn from finishing. 2 turns over here. 4 turns over here. I will do the switch soon. I will do the feudalism switch soon. But we shall see. I'll look elsewhere to... I'll look elsewhere in future. But I'll break that promise once. So I made the promise, but I plan to break it once. I want to be on this tile to prevent this barb camp from being killed. Perfect positioning. Oh, no! Oh, my game crashed. Yeah, that's a crash right there. I have to reload an autosave. Rip. I was going to reload an autosave because I misclicked something. I know I'm doing that a lot this series, but I'm trying to play a style that I don't do very often. So I'm making a lot of mistakes. Okay, reality can be whatever I want it to be. We crashed, we reloaded. We can retake this position. Let's go ahead and just... The worry is here, I do have to kill this. So I'm going to have to do some finagling here. You can tank another hit before I retreat. So maybe I can turn this warrior into a swordsman, come back and kill this. I think my scout should be fast enough to be safe. Huh. Want to give me a great work? I'll take that. That's like getting another monument. That's the thing about a great work of writing. Really think about it as... Ooh. Well, I don't want to actually stand on this. Because if I stand on it, I'll actually prevent it from growing. But I can get a swordsman, retreat you. The swordsman might be able to do some work for me. I can use other scouts to tank. Okay, we're 2 turns away from 2 different builders. And then 7 turns away from this one. So soon we will trigger article double charge. As it's sometimes called. I think it's serfdom. The Article 15 of the serfdom constitution. Perfect. There's apprenticeship. Our mines are worth more. So now there's a big convergence of like powerful moments here. And I think we cancel this builder. We cancel this builder. Apparently Gandhi. Was Gandhi killed? Interesting. We go ahead and research feudalism. And the turn next after this one, we can crank out a literal horde. I mean a horde of builders. It's going to be fantastic. Let's grab commercial hubs first. Because they give me science as well as gold. I'll grab construction. Be good to get a lumber mill. Lumber mill will boost mass production. Barinus is 1 turn away from a builder. Let's get the granary in here. Keep the city growing. I want to place more districts, but I don't think I can yet. No, I have to wait till the city grows. That's why we're growing it in here. I need to decide what I'm doing with Quito. There's potentially an interesting collaboration between Popayan and Quito. The problem I have with this cooperation that I want to do is this city is going to be solely focused on making this industrial zone go. So I'll probably get 2 industrial zones this game and it'll look like this. There's my second one. 2 + 6 to +7 industrial zones is pretty valuable, covering all of my empire with power. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's in range. So all my cities should be in range of this. Let's make sure we place the aqueduct. Let's do an interesting little configuration here. So we'll do entertainment complex here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in range there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in range. This entertainment complex hits all of the cities on this eastern side of my empire. And it provides both of these cities with +3 theater squares, which is exactly what I want to look for here. So that worked out perfectly for me. I do want a theater square on this side. Let me have a look. Where would it go? based on this? Well, ideally, it would actually go where this industrial zone is going. The problem is I don't think I can move the industrial zone further away. Yeah, it's kind of at the limit of its range to hit these. Let me have a look at the city overlap mode. Yeah. It's overlapping 4 cities here, which I think is good enough. I think that maybe informs me that this can become an entertainment complex in the late game, like so. But that'll be when the city hits 10 population, so it'll be quite late. But this is the direction we're going. We're getting AoE amenities, AoE production. You want to be making sure that you're efficiently picking up these things. It's always worth it to get one. And it's kind of like an empire of 2 empires right now. I don't want to break this chop. I want to wait till I actually have my builder. So I'm stalling with what I'm building. Let's make this guy a man-at-arms so I can surround this thing so it'll turn into another city-state for me. The Barb Camp will. Okay, we have got there's feudalism, like I was talking about. We keep urban planning. Now we plug in serfdom. Limitanii can come out because we're in a golden age. Ow, I just dropped something on my foot and it hurt a lot. Soon we'll plug in retainers. For now, I say we just pop in conscription for that 4 goals per turn. That's totally fine. We don't need anything else. Let's start setting up for retainers with these scouts. You're coming this way. Let him reoccupy. Pop that down here. Yeah, I know that'll break the promise with England. I'm okay with that. Now we go through to our entire empire and we put builders to the front of our queue where builders are about to be finished. Now I know some of these might, they might not line up perfectly. And they won't all finish because every time I build a builder, the next builder will get more expensive. But it should line up pretty well. These builders will be 1 to 2 turns out. So you can kind of see the wave of builders now are going to come, and they're all going to be 5 charge builders. 5 charge builders built 30% faster. So by doing this little maneuver, it's as if I had the Public Works card. Now, not perfectly, but by doing the maneuver in the way that I did it, where you pre-build the builders and then you pop them all out at once, it was kind of like I had them, but it didn't quite work out the same. But now that we have feudalism, we want to pick up civil service for retainers for those extra amenities. And then we want to think about what our government is going to be. It's probably Merchant Republic for being able to get that gold and district production. But we'll see. Monarchy can be good for tall, depending on how you want to play it. In fact, I would say monarchy is probably the tall build now. Yeah, maybe we'll go monarchy. The problem with monarchy as a tall build is it has so few economic cards. You could make an argument for theocracy, but it kind of requires you to have a religion or something to do with faith. Influence is inherently helpful. I don't know. We'll cross the bridge of our next government when we come to it. So I think it would be good to unlock celestial navigation. I'll get to work on shipbuilding and buttress as well. I want both of those. First wave builders finishing. Let's just get like the certain like 100% tiles. The tiles that we definitely have to improved, because that'll just give us more stuff to sell to the AI, right? Like I have spices I could sell here. I could sell these. Here's civil service. Let's pop out conscription. We'll plug in retainers. That's worth 5 amenities. Very, very nice. Most of my cities now have the +3 amenities, right? A lot of them will. A couple of them are hitting that +3, which is good, even if only a couple of them are hitting it. Because remember, when you hit that +3 amenities, that's a 10% production boost. So we're able to fit 11 turns into 10 turns, right? That's the way to think about it. I'm getting an extra turn every 10 turns. I definitely feel like this sheep is worth it. Let me think about, though, do I want to go haciendas over here? Because I have a natural carpet of haciendas going. I could always rework the sheep into a hacienda later. For now, the sheep will help, especially if I get feudalism, or stirrups rather, which will give me +1 food on them. I will go for stirrups. Plus, it gives me access to knights. How am I standing? I'm standing okay. I'm at 34 science, so I'm in an okay position then. Even though the AI is like at 100, that's kind of about where I'd expect to be. I'd probably be closer to 50, but I went for commercial hubs first, and I don't have them built yet. So that's kind of why I'm a little bit behind. But we'll catch up relatively quickly, I feel. So what's our next stop here? I don't think military training helps me. I don't think theology. Well, the extra envoy could be good. It really is just coming down to where am I going with my government next? Probably exploration. So let's get to researching. I'll research theology for the envoy, military training for the envoy, then mercenaries, and hopefully by the time I'm ready to research medieval fairs, I will have close to this many trade routes. I am getting my commercial hubs now. We shall see. Boom, there's the pasture. Perfect. Pasture's a good tile. I don't know why you're not working it. There you go. Sometimes it's good to come in and check your cities to make sure they're working like the correct tile. Sometimes your cities are a little bit derpy. They'll pick weird stuff to work. Just make sure the good stuff's being done. You know, the good thing about feudalism as well is that it boosts plantations with +1 food. So now these like plantation tiles are actually way more viable already with just +1 extra food. Builders are continuing to crank out. Do I harvest this market or do I harvest for something else? I think I wait 1 turn to harvest for the theater square. I definitely want to improve my spices. More spices is more better. More things to sell to the AI, better improved tiles. Probably okay to do a little bit of harvesting in some of these cities, especially tiles that I plan to turn into other tiles. Got our commercial hub. Let's get to work on that market. Perfect. We got our market in here. Let's get the trader. I could gold purchase the trader. It's not a bad move. By gold purchasing the trader, I can put production into theater squares, which I can't purchase. Now, I'm going to put my trade routes. I know this is going to sound a little bit unorthodox, but I'm going to put my trade routes into the only city that I have no plans to ever build a commercial hub. It's because they can't steal money from a city that doesn't have a commercial hub, because this is going to be my harbor city. So that's like a little bit of logic. It's a little bit of an advanced maneuver. Ooh. I don't like this. Shine a Knight potentially clears this. I think, what's the movement on that? Would they even think to do that? I don't even know if they can see this tile. They might do it. You never know. I'd be devastated if they did. I'm going to chop here. Market, 3 turns sooner. Very nice. The thing about the Hacienda is it's so good. There's no reason not to just spam it everywhere. So I do want to be a little bit selective about how I improve my tiles. Because anything that could be replaced with a Hacienda later, like here's another Hacienda triangle right here. That's a perfect Hacienda triangle. It could even be a Hacienda diamond if I use this tile, but this tile could be a mine right now. So if I turn that into a mine, it'll work really nicely as like a mid-game tile for me to work until I have Haciendas. There's theology. Perfect. That's a spare envoy that we can send. We could take Suzerainty of Buenos Aires, more amenities. That's perfectly fitting into my game plan. +3 amenities in the capital now, 10% yields. Most of my cities are looking okay. Well, there's a way to check, actually, if I go to cities. So we've got 2 cities that are happy right now. Could I theoretically... Oh, Germany's upset with me. Could I theoretically, if I were to come in here and buy a couple of extra amenities, now if I check my city screen, everywhere is happy. So now my entire empire is getting a 10% boost. When you're playing tall, that's important. Because if you imagine, I'm getting, for every 10 turns that goes by in the game, I'm getting 11 turns worth of production. I'm getting 11 turns worth of culture. I'm getting 11 turns worth of gold, science, faith, everything. Everything is happening faster for me. And so you kind of need to play around those amenities in order to make a slightly taller game work. Now, am I serving these cities in the east the best to my ability? Probably not. They're going to need gold injections, I think. Yeah, I think they need some gold injections in the form of a few builders. So I'll spend a little bit of gold over here. So I want to look for the most gold, ideally, on my trade routes. But it's also good to trade with your neighbors, just to like throw a trade route at them. It'll make them happier. It'll give you good relations. It's good to do. Boom, there's Celestial Navigation boosted, so I can safely come back and pick that up now. If you can avoid it, try not to research anything you didn't boost. Like, always be looking for those boosts, because it's a way to just get extra science and stuff. Yeah, there's so much Hacienda potential here that it's hard for me to do anything but Haciendas. Have a little bit of a think about this. We're probably 50 turns from Hacienda, somewhere between 30 and 50 turns. So I think working a mine for 30 to 50 turns over here is worth it. So I will place them. I'm trying to be careful not to overuse builders, because one of the big advantages of playing a quote-unquote tall game, like we are, oh yeah, that Barb comp got killed, the quote-unquote tall game, the big advantage is you don't need as many settlers. You don't need as many builders. So you get to a level of development more efficiently than other empires. We got a commercial hub. Let's get to work on the market. One of my cities is ecstatic, actually. Now that's impressive. Yeah. City's ecstatic. That's great. I need to take control of Muscat. That'll be more amenities. But I did break the Suzerainty of Muscat. Now, my basic resources, my bonus resources are acting like luxuries. So that kind of actually says to me, maybe a farm here is worth it. That's another amenity in this city. You know what I mean? Get those basics improved. I mean, if this basic resource is an amenity, maybe I should improve it. I don't know. That seems quite good to me. We've got all our fishing boats over here. We've got all that done. It would be good to buy the silver. So I'll get that project going. Need 150 gold. Anything I can sell? Not really. I am missing 2 players, having not met everyone yet, which is partially down to the fact that I haven't explored. A little bit unfortunate, just I need those units acting as amenities. But I guess since this barb camp is dead, I may as well send these guys to go stand on cities to be amenities. Right, there we go. We can get more quarries, more amenities, more and more and more. Like our greed for amenities knows no bounds. We got the market completed in the capital. Perfect. Let's get to work on the government plaza at long last. I'll take back the stone tile. It has served the city of Caracas very, very well, but now it needs to be a government plaza so that we can get our theatre squares as well. And I think on the cusp of an extremely explosive medieval era that's going very, very well for me, where my science and my culture has increased rapidly, I'm going to call that the end of the episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!